Coming up, we talk about what students do instead of studying.
And we give you our take on Paris. I'm Sydney Werlein.
And I'm Joe Sutton, and Eagle 7 News starts right now.
Now, from the Mel Johnson Studios at the University of Northwestern, this is Eagle 7 News.
This week, we focused a little outside Northwestern. There has been a rise in mass shootings recently with the Paris attacks just a couple weeks ago. The attack on the Colorado Springs Planned Parenthood, and now 4 mass shootings yesterday. Our prayers rest with all the victims' families, and especially those in San Bernardino, California. Yesterday, a husband and wife team opened fire at a holiday party at a center that serves people with developmental disabilities. At least 14 people were killed and more than 12 wounded. This is the deadliest shooting in the United States since the 2012 Sandy Hook shootings. President Obama has called for stricter gun control laws, saying we need to make shootings like this as rare as possible.
One of the biggest tragedies France has seen is the recent ISIS attack on Paris. Eagle 7's Hannah Swanson talked with Professor Gary Morgan to find out more about the outcome of these tragic events and what the next steps are.
On the evening of November 13th, 2015, a series of coordinated terrorist attacks occurred in Paris. These attacks killed 219 people and left 368 injuries. Many people were taken hostage. These attacks are the deadliest France has seen since World War II. Eagle 7 Hannah Swanson and Sam Fow talked with Professor Gary Morgan to find out more.
What they're capitalizing on is extremely high unemployment among young men in African countries. So you've got a bunch of idle 18 to 25-year-olds who have no jobs, no prospects for getting jobs, who don't see much future. And then, you know, somebody comes along and blames it on this government or that government or this situation, and has begun to radicalize a segment that's already disenfranchised. So the majority are looking at their own youth and going, what's going wrong here? Well, the timing of the attack, I think, was prompted by France more recently entering into the war against ISIS, together with the U.S., and now Russia's part of that as well, other European countries. Trying to deal with ISIS in Syria and Iraq. So that's the timing. I think France probably, just because of opportunity, there are already 7 or 8 million Muslims living just in Paris, and many more throughout the entire country of France. So it makes it easy to infiltrate, to kind of stay under the radar, because there's just lots of other Muslims around, and so they're not as easily, the radicals aren't as easily discovered. Syria, if we were to take refugees from Syria, I think there would be some risk of infiltration. We'd want to do some careful screening. I think to say no entirely puts a lot of women, children, innocent people at risk because of something they're not actually associated with themselves. But we'd have to be careful with that. I think it can be done safely.
For Eagle 7 News, I'm Hannah Swanson.
Thank you, Hannah. On a lighter note, video games are always popular amongst college students, but this fall has been filled with record sales, popularity amongst the gaming community. This week, Jens Kallgren has the story.
And into this winter, there's been an odd problem for the video gaming community. There's too many games to play, particularly Battlefront and Fallout 4. Let's go see what people are saying about it.
Video games are kind of nice for me because it helps me take a little bit of a break in between studies, and helps me to just relax a little bit. I have played quite a bit of Battlefront, the Star Wars Battlefront. I love it. I love the graphics. I love being able to relive a lot of the classic places.
While the video and audio aspects of the game are stunning, there has been some criticism of the depth of content that the game possesses.
It's like a couple of multiplayer worlds and a couple multiplayer modes, but there's not a whole lot of single player content or anything else to keep it really going. So they're going to have to probably get some DLC going so that they can keep people entertained and keep people playing the game.
I just feel like there's not a whole lot to do, and that kind of disappointed me.
While Battlefront has been getting some criticism, Fallout 4 has been faring quite well in the opinions of gamers.
I like the customization of weapons now. It's pretty cool. Last game you can only buy a few, but now you can go fully in depth and kind of rename the weapons, make them look how you want. And the settlement building is pretty cool too. It lets you explore a lot and kind of do your own thing.
And these are just a couple of the multitude of games that have come out this fall. For us poor college students, it looks like there's some Christmas presents around the corner. For Eagle 7 News, I'm Jens Kallgren.
Students enjoyed a fresh blanket of snow this week, but it may not be here to stay. The first snowfall of the year seems to be short-lived, so build your snowmen while you can. Today's high is 42 and sunny, so the melt is on. Over the weekend, it's a similar story with 40s and sunshine. Now, over to Brennan with sports.
Thanks, Sydney. A small sports update for all of you. This week, the Eagles men's basketball team headed to hometown rival Bethel University for the Battle of the Unbeatens. After a close game, the Royals came out on top, 66-64. The men go on the road against Northland College on Friday, then Finlandia on Saturday. The women follow the men on the road, also playing Northland and Finlandia this weekend. Finally, congratulations to Porter Morell and Amy Berglund for getting the UMAC Players of the Week. Back to you guys.
And the results are in. We asked you on Facebook and Twitter what your favorite social media website was.
And coming in first place was Facebook, coming in second was Instagram, and in third, Snapchat. Thanks for voting, and be sure to keep an eye on our social media accounts later today for the next poll.
And don't forget to get your tickets for Christmas at Northwestern. Performances start tonight. Are you going to Christmas at Northwestern?
I am. I'm actually going tonight, so I'm very excited. My first one ever.
Nice. I'll probably be going sometime this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I will be playing Battlefront. That's guaranteed.
Looks like that's all we have for news this week. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Sydney Werlein.
And I'm Joe Sutton. And don't forget, stay fly, Eagles.